Welcome, welcome. So let's get started. All right. Today's live is a little bit earlier. All right. Today's live is a little bit earlier. Because today we don't have any fundamentals, right? And it's a Monday, which is after NFT week. So we won't be seeing a lot of volume, even though yes, we have see this move up from here right in the morning, right? A very huge move, totaling up to 310 pips in total, right? But there's no confirmation for us to take it here, all right? So that is why I did not take any entries prior to this, all right? So okay, let's just get started with gold. All right, so gold at the moment right now, on my hour 4, all right, it's definitely heading towards the downside. All right, this level here, I did not take any trades because it's the week before. All right, basically the news actually gave an impact to tap, and it just tapped the zone and just left. But I did not have any confirmations. Okay, so for gold, I'm actually waiting for a sweep of this high here. All right, as soon as I get a sweep of this high, then I'll be looking for a opportunity to sell. All right, provided if 15-minute has the same direction that it goes. All right, so basically this huge zone up here is my hour 4 zone. All right, on the 15, this is my high. So I want to see a price breaking this high and then creating some sort of structure before we actually take any positions towards downside. All right, so I'm just going to wait until I have certain confirmation before I try to take any positions. All right, so just give me a minute. Okay, so like I said, for gold, I don't have a zone to sell at the moment because on the 15 we are heading towards the upside. Alright, so I'm not going to try and just take a position out of any risk. Okay, I'm just going to wait until I have certain confirmation before I try to take a sell. Okay, because like I've said, on the 15 we are seeing the price moving towards the upside at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to wait for certain confirmation before I try to take a sell. Okay, so I'm going to move on to GBP USD. Okay, GBP USD, I have this zone here which I'm looking for a buy. Okay, but I still need a confirmation that the price will tap in, and then on the lower time frame to get a confirmation for a buy entry. Okay, if we look at the hour 4, GBP USD is a sell momentum, right? I'm waiting at this zone here, okay, for a tap in here. Then only I will try and look for a position to take a sell. Alright, otherwise then I won't be trying to hop in. Okay. Okay, GBP AUD. Hour 4 is heading towards the downside. On the 15th, it's also coming down, but we don't have a confirmation for a sell entry. Alright, so I'm not rushing in at the moment. I'm just going to wait for certain confirmation to happen first. Alright. Just go through a quick analysis. Yeah, we do it quick, and then we can just look on whichever that is much more compatible for us to take a position. Euro AUD, it's a sell momentum. We're still waiting for a retracement up here. Alright. On the 15th, it's still coming down. Alright. So we'll just wait for a confirmation before we take anything. Okay, Euro CAD. Euro CAD hour 4 is heading towards the downside. On the 15th, I need a confirmation that the price is coming down before I hop in for the position. Okay, so I want my 15-minute to tally with the hour 4. Then basically I have a much stronger direction on where the price is heading to. Then I'll be able to take a position there. Right? USD CAD. Right, hour 4 just did this last week, right? After NFP, right? We have a break here below coming down on the hour 4. On the 15th, we have the price moving upwards. Right, we have the price moving upwards. So we'll try to see if we can get any positions for a buy on the 15th. Taking it back up to the hour 4 zone before we start selling it, alright? USD CAD 15, alright? So right now we don't have a confirmation yet. Okay, we'll just wait until we see one. Okay, NZD USD. Price is moving towards the upside. Okay. 15. It's also moving upwards. Okay, so we'll see if we can snatch this trade going along towards the upside. Okay, if we manage to get something, then I will definitely hop in. But on NZD USD, I'll prefer to take a buy according to my hour 4 zone, which is probably somewhere here. Alright, I'm waiting for this retracement to happen, then I can take something here. Alright, so I need a confirmation before I do so. Right, Euro USD also pumping up. 15 minutes, it's just ranging at this level, so I'm not going to jump in at the moment. Right, AUD USD tapped in, but I don't have a confirmation for sell. I'm going to be waiting on the 15th to actually break this low first. Okay, as soon as I have a break below this low, then I will be more keen on taking a sell. Alright, and these are all the yen pairs. Alright, hour 4, everything is all heading upwards. The 15, it's coming down, so we want to wait for more solid confirmations. Alright, AUD JPY is the same. GBP JPY, this trade I did not take. Alright, so I'm still waiting for a push. USD JPY. Okay, USD JPY, we may have something new. So USD JPY, we actually have a change in the market structure on the 15th. Alright, so hour 4 is actually heading towards the downside. Okay, but minute 15 is moving towards the upside at the moment. Okay, so we'll see if this will retrace, and then we'll take a buy back to the 50 of hour 4. Then we can focus on selling again. All right, CAD JPY is still there. Euro JPY as well. Okay. So for today, I think gold I'm actually waiting for something on gold here to get a position out of gold. Okay, but I need to have a better confirmation before I start taking anything. Okay. Um, I will try and see if we can take another sell on gold, right? Because okay, on the 15th of gold, I actually was looking to sell at this zone here, right? Because this is my final supply level. Price did tap in, but on the 1 minute I don't have a confirmation, right? If you guys would know by now, my way of trading, basically when this tapped in, I will look at the previous bearish candle, okay, which is here, which we have something here, right? We have a break here. Okay, so then as usual, what I'll do is I will pull my feet, right? I will get my feet out, I will trail this guy to see how far it's going to go. Okay, so when this level came, when the price came here, I was actually looking to see if the price would retrace. Okay, so if you know my way of trading is basically I'll look for at least 3 candles, right? So we have 1 bullish, 2 bullish, and the third candle is here, right? It closed above, so I expected that this price would retrace at least to the 50 or the 618 for me to take a sell. All right, but the price did not, and it continued to break below. Okay, so the moment it starts to break below, that's where I will cancel my order and not try to place any sell orders. But if we look at this one here, all right, on the 1 minute it continued to trail. If you continue to trail, and it got up to the 618 or the 5, right, on the 0.5, you would have gotten an entry and gotten quite a good amount of profits here, right? About 50 pips in total, right? But me personally, I did not take because I saw this break below again, right? So I did not want to try and hop in. Okay, so I would rather right now on the 15th, I'm going to wait for a sweep of this previous high for me to take a position in. Alright, I'm going to wait for the sweep of this high before I try and take another position. Alright, so I'm going to wait for that to happen before I hop in for the trade. Okay, so but today is a Monday, so definitely we won't be seeing a lot of volume today. Okay, price is just going to move sideways. It's just going to range a little while before we actually see any solid move. Okay. So for the time being right now, I'm just going to try and see if 15 minutes here will do another sweep. If another sweep happens, then we will try and actually get a sell position. All right. If you guys have any questions or any pairs that you want me to analyze for you, feel free to just drop your comment in the comment section. All right. Basically, if you look at all the pairs today, they are quite slow, right? They don't have volume to pump. They don't have basically there's not much of a volume to move the price around, right? We're going to try and monitor gold to see if we actually can manage to get a position. All right. US 30 for now is definitely moving upwards, alright? US 30 is still pumping. Okay, WTI, it's moving towards the downside. Okay, so we'll just wait for certain confirmations before we take any positions, alright? If we are going to take a sell on gold, like I said, I want to see a strip above this high. Alright, taking out this high, and then on the lower time frame, it gives me a confirmation, then I will sell, alright? So gold basically right now the direction on hour 4 it's coming down. Alright, that hour 4 for gold it's definitely from here to here. Right, this is our range to sell. Okay, and of course this is my supply level, alright, to sell. But if you look on the 15, alright, 15-minute we have this change here, right, which happened. Okay, so we are looking to sell at this range, right? This zone here, it's the NFP tapping, which after it taps, it just went down directly, all right, about 400 pips in total. Okay, so this one is definitely a no confirmation that we can even take. All right, definitely, because on the 1 minute time frame, there's no confirmation because the 1 minute candle just pump up, and then only it starts to dump. All right, so I don't have a confirmation to sell. But on the higher level here, we have another zone, right, which I actually have a zone here already, which I am placing. I'm going to be looking for a sell position as soon as it taps in again, because this level here, the confirmation it did give me, but it did another break of structure heading towards the downside. So I did not hold my sell limit, and I did not give you guys the sell limit as well. So I'm going to wait for a sweep of this high here before we go and take the position. Alright, so I'm just going to wait until I see something, then only I'll hop in. I want to see this price actually coming back here, alright, closing inside of this zone, right, and then gives me a confirmation like this. Then I'll take a sell back towards the downside. I'll be targeting the full range, which is all the way until the 15-minute low here. Alright, because this zone is only about 15 pip zone, right? 2324.1 all the way to 2325.6. Okay, so it's only about a 15 pip zone give and take, right? So I want to see a confirmation before I actually hop in. You guys have any questions? Any other pairs that you want me to look at? As usual, on a Monday, it's going to be a bit slow, right? So we won't be having a lot of volume. Live every day? Yes, I do live every Monday to Friday. Purely focusing on the New York session. I do it Monday to Friday, purely focusing on the New York session. The reason why I focus only on New York session because the volatility is there, right? The volume is there. Uh, Asia and London, not necessarily that they don't have volume, they do have, but I personally prefer the New York session more than the Asia and London. Of course, I will start looking at chart during the London session. Asia session, I will just do my analysis to see where the direction is. And London session, I will try to look for opportunities. And then when the opportunity comes on the London session, I'll take it and I will give myself more focus on the US session to actually get a possible get an entry. Then yeah, can buy at 2213. 2213. I don't have a confirmation to take a buy actually. 2213 would be somewhere here. I think your reason for this buy is because a break of this level, right? Because this is the resistance, this is also a resistance here. So it broke above, it comes back, you try to take opportunity from this zone here, right? I'm not saying that you can't, you can if you have your way, your confirmation, you can do that. But for me, my kind of way is basically I wait, and when the trade comes, I'll take it, right? So for me, it's basically a sell in M15, right? Because hour 4 it's also a sell, M15 is also a sell, right? Because if you look at this here, between this orange line is where my zone is for hour 4, right? So I will be selling at about this level, but this tap in here I did not get an entry because there's no confirmation. Okay, so I hop on to the 15-minute. All right, it tapped in and it broke this zone here, right? So on the 15 I know that it's coming down as well. So I have this zone tap, this one here, actually the zone here, right? This candle, which you have a tap in is for NFP, right? This is the NFP move that actually pushed the price down without any confirmation for me to take. All right, and it came up again, all right, taking out this high and tap into this final zone that I have here. All right, so this zone here is somewhere that I'll be looking for sell. But when we have a tap in here, I don't have a confirmation, right? So I did not take a sell. So right now what I'm waiting for is actually for this price to pump back upwards, taking out this high, closing inside this zone, all right? And then I will look for confirmation on the 1 minute to sell, right? So basically I'm just waiting for a confirmation and I can take a sell, and I will target the hour 4 low here. I'm going to target the maximum profit here at this low. So if you want to take a buy, it's not necessarily that you can't, you can, but it's a bit of a risk that if you're willing to take, because it's a counter trend trade. But of course, if you're using your way like a BOS here of this resistance and this resistance, there's no wrong that you can't take a buy, right? You can take a buy aiming back to this level, you know, scalping all the way to this level, and then from this level you start taking a sell back towards the downside, right? You just follow the trend on your bigger trades, all right? If you actually followed my life more often, then you will know basically my way of trading is I'll wait, and when I take a trade, for example, all right, for example, if let's say I'm taking a buy here, right, I will target something like this, right? I give myself a smaller stop and a bigger profit, right? And if let's say I'm taking a sell here, right, my stop could be somewhere here and I'm targeting all the way down, right? This is what I'm doing, right? So I have a 1 to 8.42 risk to reward, right? If you look at this one, this is a 45 pick stop, but this is a 380 pick TP, right? So this is what I'm targeting. I'm targeting the full maximum range that I can get, all right? But of course, if it takes me out on my break even, then you know, it's not something that I can do, right? If it takes me out, then it takes me out. right? But I know, like for example, if you look at GBP, JPY here, right? This trade I did not take, right? But I was just trying to analyze and see if this strategy works. Right? Actually, I used the 1 minute. All right, this was last week Friday, right? At about 11 plus, I would say. Okay, it's not tapping into my zone, right? It's not tapping into my zone, but I see that this high here has been broken because we have this break here, right? And then this high is broken, so I pull a fib from here to here, right? Targeting an entry on the 618, right? 618 level, which I have this demand zone as well, and the 618 is here, right? So I target the 618. If you look at this one here, right, it just tapped the entry here, and then it just started to grow. Right, so if you look at 15 minute, right, if you look at this, my stop is only 26 pip and my TP target is 194, right? It's a 1 to 7.3, right? And this one here almost hit TP. Okay, if you want to see how many pips left from here, this is another about 5 pips more to TP. Right, so this range is that this trade, it works quite well, right? Hour 4 it's a buy, right? It's not tapping into the zone. Okay, 15 minute it's a sell, right? But why do I take a buy on the 15 when it's a sell, right? This is a sell, but why do I take a buy? Because I know my hour 4 it's a buy, right? And I want to target this TP here. So on the 15, I'm going to take a reverse trend trade all the way back to the 50% of this level, and see if I can actually get something out of it. And yeah, it moved up pretty well. But this trade happens on a Friday night, which certain brokers will not allow you to hold trades over the weekend. Certain broker does, right? So I specifically I did not take this trade, but I was just trying to see if this strategy works, right? And this one actually played out quite well here. So maybe in the future, I will try and look for more opportunities. Alright. I follow your entry, boss. At the moment, I'm not taking any entry yet. Alright, I'm not taking any entry yet. Like I said, I'm going to look for a sell at about this level until I see a break. Then yes, I'll be looking for a sell. So basically, I'm just going to explain a little bit more, okay? If you see this zone here, I'm just going to change the color. Or should I put a border? Maybe I'll do something like this. Okay, you see these two white lines here, not this here, these two here, right? This is my zone to sell. Alright, it's at 2324.155. all the way to 2325.665. Okay, so why do I want to wait for this zone here is because if you see this white line on the top, that is my 15-minute high, and this is my 15-minute low. Right, I'll just zoom out so you guys can see. Alright, 15-minute high, 15-minute low. I have this change here, right? So if you guys know a pattern like this, right? Right, if let's say the price is going upwards, right? Okay, and then it breaks below, breaking this low. So normally what you expect is this price to retrace and then dump, right? So what we have here initially was like this, right? The price came down, broke below, broke above, right? And then it came back and broke again, right? Breaking this high, which is here, this high here. Right, and then this price here was here. All of a sudden, it just come crashing down, breaking this low again. Right, so what I'm targeting is basically my selling range is from here to here. Right, so I try to find where my supply level is. Right, from here. So I have a supply here. This one was the NFP move here. NFP move. Tap and gone. Definitely no chance to even take an entry. Alright, so I have another zone up here. Alright, this zone is this one. Okay, and if you look at this, we have a tap in, but we don't have a confirmation on the 1 minute. That's why I did not take an entry. So right now the price is going back upwards, right? Okay, we have something like this, a move like this, right? I'm just estimating, right? It tapped and then it dumped, right? Okay, so this is what happened here. Okay, right now the price from here, it gone up, came down, gone up, came back down like this. All right, current is like this. Okay, here. So what I'm looking for is this price to go back upwards. Okay, taking out this high where I will have something like this. Okay, where I'll have something like this. This is what I call a liquidity sweep. So for example, anyone that take a sell early, and if they place their stop loss above of this high, they might be getting stopped out. Okay, and that is where I will go down to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, when I'm on the 1 minute, I want to see a move like this. Come back down, goes up, breaking this high, comes back down, breaking this low. Okay, and then on the 1 minute, I'll pull my feet like this. I will place an entry on the 618. My stops at this high. Okay, and then I give additional 15 pips. Okay, 15 pip extra from this high. And this one, I'm going to target all the way to the 15-minute low, which is here. Right, so if you look like this, I have a 1 to 6.93 risk to reward, whereby I'm risking 45 pips and I'm targeting 314 pips in total for profit. Alright, but of course, when the price comes back, takes my order, if it breaks below this level, right, breaks this level, I will set break even, right, my stop loss I'll pull down. So I'm in the risk-free trade, and I will see how far this guy go. If on the 1 minute it continues to dump like this, then my stop loss I'll pull to this high, and then pull to this high, and if let's say my stop is at this high here, and if this price all of a sudden reverses, take me out, then I'm fine with that, even though if I don't get the full range. But at least I know I'm in a risk-free trade. Alright, and if we look, for example, if we have an entry here, right, and we get stopped out here, okay, from here all the way to this level, it's a total of 79 pip, almost 80 pip. Yeah, it's fine, right? 80 pip total from a supposedly 45 pip stop is already a 1 to 2 almost, right? So I'm okay with that kind of trade. Right, but we'll see if something like this we could get later. Alright, I need a confirmation before I hop in. Okay, so if you guys also want to follow, then make sure you guys are in my channel. Alright, like just now, someone actually asked if you can buy at 2213, right? Let me see where's 2213. Right, so you're saying 2213 is you're targeting basically this level here, right? So if I'm correct, what you are targeting is actually something like this, right? Of course, this is a high, you have a break here, right? You have a break, and then maybe you see like this is the last order block before the pump, right? And also maybe you also have a fair value gap from here to here, which has been mitigated here once already. Right, so if you're not using the fair value gap, you're using the order block. Okay, if you're using the order block here, right, it's not tapped in yet, right? But if let's say you took a buy at this candle when it's at this low, it gone up all the way here about almost 50 pip, right? But right now also you are up by 27 pip, 30 pip, right? You're still in profits. So yeah, it's okay, you can buy, right? But I'm not suggesting it for myself because it's against my trading plan. Right, so for me, I'm not going to take a buy. I'm going to wait until I have a confirmation here for me to take a sell. Alright, maybe you also saw something like this from this high. You also have a break here, right? So maybe that's the reason why you are looking for a buy position at about this level, right? Of course, there's no wrong to it. There's no wrong, no right to trading, right? It's just how you look at the chart and how you think the chart will move towards to. All right, so for me, I'll be looking for sell at this level. And maybe if you take a buy all the way to this level, then you're in good profits. Then you can maybe risk half of what you're profiting, or maybe risk lesser of what you're profiting already, right? Like for example, if from here to here you gain about $10, for example, maybe you risk $1 from here, right, to take a sell back towards the downside. So it depends on how you want to take the trade. So like I said, for me, I'm just going to wait until I have a confirmation up here to take a sell. Okay, so I'm still going to be waiting until I see something here, all right, this level, before I hop in for anything. Like I was trying to also see if GBP USD have something, but GBP USD also nothing for me to take a trade on, right? So this one here all happened last week after the NFP move. So I don't have a confirmation to take a buy, so I'm not taking. So I have another zone at this level, okay, which has been broken and not mitigated yet. So I'm going to be looking at this level, and of course, if I look lower, I have something here as well. All right, broken and not mitigated yet at the moment. Okay, so I'll be looking at these two levels. Any other questions? Any pairs that you want me to analyze? Where do you learn your trading skill? Basically, you just got to find a mentor, I guess. Right? If you're just going to learn through online, sometimes it's just not going to work, right? Because you may understand what they teach, but sometimes you need someone there so that you can ask questions, right? If you have someone that can guide you, right, and you know you can get through them any time of the day to ask questions and whatnot, right? Then of course it will be better for you. But of course, just by learning how to trade is one thing. You will also need to do lots of back testing, do forward tests. Of course, with all those things that you will be doing, you will slowly, you know, for sure, improve yourself. All right. So, of course, there are people that you know learn trading through you know YouTube, Google, right? I'm not saying that you can't learn stuff there. You can, but if there's someone that you can ask questions, right? It would be better. right? It would be better because there's someone actually there to help you out, you know, when you have problems. And let's say you encounter something that you can't find on YouTube, right? Let's say you encounter an issue, right? You can't find it on YouTube, you can't find it on Google, right? Then of course, if you have a mentor there, it's best that you can ask that person these questions to see, you know, basically this person will be able to guide you and, you know, maybe help you out and give you the answers that you're looking for. All right. And basically I think that's one of the best thing that if you have a mentor, and that's one of the perks that you can get from a mentor. All right. So of course I also have mentor myself. When I have troubles or whatever, or if I face something that I've never seen before, right? Like previously, I've never encountered something like this here, right? I have a low, right, on the 50-minute, right? And then I have something like a wick all below, right? I have like 4 wicks below this line here, right? So of course, to me, does this makes it a new low, right? If you're still new, then maybe you will think like, oh, maybe this is a new low, so you mark it here, then you have a wrong zone, right? But right now I don't mark it here is because simple, right? When you have a high, all right, when you have a high, this is your high, it's confirmed, all right. I'm going to mark this one here, right? This is your high, it's confirmed high, okay? Because why? You have a break here, right? This is your initial low, your previous low. Price pumped up, retrace, so you got a high, and all of a sudden the candle closed below the line here, right? Which makes it okay. You have this break here, right? Initially the price is going upwards, and it broke below. So then you have this change. This is what we call change of character here. All right. So automatically, when you have this change of character, or you have a BOS or whatever, all right. I'll just give you a little bit lah. All right. So when this is your actual low, your original low, all right, and you have a break here, all right. From this low to this break, all right, what is the highest candle that you have? I'm talking about the wick, all right, including the shadow. Right? So obviously this is the highest point. So this is my high, all right. And if let's say you want to use body alone, right, you look at line chart, is almost a similar, right? You have a high here. Of course, then you have another high here, right? This is according to line chart. So I don't use the line, I use the candles, right? I use the wick. So obviously this is my high. Okay, so I have a high, confirm high, and then the low here. Okay, so how do I determine if I have a proper retracement? So I give myself like a 3 candle rule kind of thing. Okay, so this one here doesn't count as a move here because I have the break below this low here, right? So I'm not focusing at this level. I'm just focusing after the break. So after the break, right, I have this is my lowest point, right? I marked it because I have consecutively at least 3 bullish candle, right? So I have 1, 2, and 3, right? So, and if you look at these 3 candles, all candles close above the wick, right? The first bullish, this is the high. Second candle closed above, right? Second candle wick is here. Third candle closed above. So then I have a proper retracement here for me. Okay, so then I mark my low. Okay, so once my low is marked here, okay, once my low is marked here, I'm not going to look at it if the wick breaks below, right? Regardless, if the wick breaks below, then it's the wick, it's not the body. But if the body of the candle closes below this line, then to me it's a break of structure. Then I have a newer range to look at. Instead of from this high, this line here to this, right? Instead of this, I'll be looking at a totally newer range. Right? So if let's say I have a body close below, then this is my high. Okay, why this is my high? Because this is the candle that break before the break, which is the highest, right? From this low to the break of the candle, let's say we have a break below, this is the break, which is the highest, this is the highest. So I'll be using this as my high. Okay, so that's how I mark out my zones. All right, so that is why I say, like, to me, the wick here doesn't count, right? To me, it's nothing. So I will just ignore all this. Okay, so that's how I actually mark out my zones and everything. Okay, so it is just a tip that maybe it could help you out, right? So you can use that and see if it works for you. Okay, so you're using MT5, right? I use MT5, I use MT4, I use both actually. Uh, it depends on what platform you prefer. Uh, I think to me, MT4, MT5, it doesn't matter really. But I do know a friend of mine that uses MT5 more than MT4, because he's someone that trades. Okay, for example, the price is moving like this. Hold on. Example, the price is moving upwards. Okay, and he wants to sell. All right. Example, he have a sell zone here. All right. Doesn't wait for confirmation. I know a lot of people also does this. All right. Doesn't wait for confirmation. As soon as the price steps in, what they will do is they will start to place an entry, right? So maybe let's say they place an entry here, and then the price moves up, they place another one, which of course I'm not going to deny. I also used to do this, right? Then they layer. So this is what they do. They layer, 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 and then let's say if you have your stop loss, right? For example, your stop, you set it up here, right? And TP below, right? And if this guy continue to go up and then hit your stop, then obviously you lose more than what you are prepared to lose. All right, but if let's say this guy doesn't goes to the stop loss and all of a sudden it takes all the order you entered and it just dump, right? Of course you gain a lot of profits because you have a lot of layers here, right? And I think MT5 you can actually close all these positions in one go, with just 2 taps of a button, right? For MT4 you don't have it. Instead, MT4 you can do it by calculating how many lots you have, and then you counter the position. So if let's say these are all sell, let's say it's one lot, one lot, one lot, one lot, it's total 4 lots, right? It's a sell. So what you do, you take when the price is somewhere here, right? You place a buy entry of 4 lots, and then you close that buy entry by using multiple close buy, right? So then you can close all the position in one go. So I think that's the good thing about MT4, MT5. That's the difference, I would say. Okay, so MT4, MT5 doesn't really matter, because to me, when I place my entry, right, if let's say I have an entry like this, okay, and my stops is here and my TP is here, right, I place one entry here. It's a fixed, not a fixed lot size, but a lot size calculating based on what my account balance is, by risking 0.5% of my account. So if let's say I have $1,000 account, right, I'm risking 0.5%. Right, so 1% is $50. So if I'm risking 0.5%, that means I'm risking $25. So let's say from this entry to this stop, right, I only can risk $25 from here to here. So it will do the auto calculation, how many lots I'm able to put here, right? And then once it's entered, it's entered. I'm not going to layer if the price goes up, right? I'm just going to leave it as it is to let the price run. I use both because my chart a bit different. MT4 and MT5, even you're using the same broker. MT4 and MT5 from the same broker, the price will be a little bit different sometimes. Spread, I'm not so sure, but the price, yes, it will be slightly different. It will be slightly different. I like the MT5, but Sifu, they prefer MT4. I think it depends on which preference you want, right? Because actually it's both the same, right? Not much of a difference. The only good thing about it is when you have a lot of entries, right? If you layer your entries, then MT5 is best because you can close all positions with just tapping 2 buttons, right? Just tap 2 buttons, done. All the positions are closed. But MT4 you can't, right? If MT4 you need to close it one by one, right? But a lot of people doesn't know that MT4 also can do it. It's just that you place another counter entry. If you're on sell, then you place a counter buy with the total lots. If you're on a buy, then you counter sell your total lots, like this. Alright, so that's how you actually place a position. It just depends on which one you prefer lah. I would say which one you prefer. If you prefer MT4, then you can stick on MT4. If you prefer MT5, you can stick on MT5. Basically, they are the same, not much of a difference. All right. Okay, so definitely we are already in the US session. It's 8:40 plus 41 now. Okay, so like I've said, I'm waiting for the sweep here. And at the moment, yes, the price is heading towards the upside a little bit. We are up from the low here to the high. We are up by 85 pips in total. Okay, so someone actually asked me on TikTok if you could buy at 223, is it? 2313, is it? Somewhere here. It's definitely up to you if you want to buy. And if let's say you took a buy early on here, right? Like I said just now, there are people that use this as a resistance broken, so become a support, so they take a buy. Right? It's no wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that it's no wrong to buy. You can buy, but I prefer not to. Alright, so currently the price is moving quite nicely here. I'll be looking for a sell as soon as I have a sweep above of this high. Alright, when I have a sweep, then I'll be looking for possible entries on the M1. So today on a Monday, it's a little bit slow. So I'm not going to force any positions or any trade. If we have something, then okay, we'll take it. But if we don't, then I'm just going to let this do its thing before I take any positions. All right. I'm going to look at WTI. We have a newer low on hour 4. Okay, it's still coming down on the 15. We have a break here. Okay, so my high would be here. If we are going to take a WTI trade, it will be a little bit risky as we are counter trending. All right, we are counter trending. But if you're going to take a WTI, I prefer to buy instead of sell, because hour 4 is definitely a sell. Okay, so we'll see if something were to happen before. This is a 15-minute one. If we are taking a trade, it is going to be a little bit riskier. Time frame. WTI right now, this is on the 15-minute time frame. Alright, but if I'm going to take an entry, I'll be using the 1 minute. But to me, like I've said, I don't prefer taking a sell on WTI, right? Because hour 4 is okay. Hour 4 is coming down, right? So there's no wrong that you're selling. Alright, you can sell. But I wouldn't take it because if we look at the FIB here, from this range, we are selling here. We are considered as selling low on the 15-minute, on the hour 4. So that's why I won't prefer to sell here. Instead, if I want to take a trade, I will be taking a buy. Right, I want to buy this guy back up. So on the 15, if I want to take a buy, I want to see the price to actually break this high. Right? So like I said just now, the price came down, retraced, broke below, that is why we have a BOS. Came back up, broke below, another BOS, right? Broke below here. So right now, what I want to see is this guy to break above, candle closing above. Then I'll pull my fib from here to here, look for a demand zone, all right? And then on the 1 minute, I'll take a buy, targeting the hour 4 Fibonacci 50% level. So that is what I'm looking for on a WTI. So I don't prefer to take a sell. Instead, I'm looking for a buy. Plus, if I'm going to take a sell, this zone is not valid to me because we have a candle closing above. Candle close above, close above, close above, close above. Even though, yes, close above and it rejected and it's outside of the zone now, right? But I won't take it because this initial break of the zone to me, it's over. If you have a candle body closing above, I'm not going to even try and look at this zone for a sell. Right? Instead, if we are going to sell, right, if you want to take a bit of risk, then I would suggest we wait at this zone because we have the break here and this candle hasn't tapped in before, right? That means this one here is unmitigated zone. So we can take a sell, but it's a bit risky, but we'll see how this goes before we hop in, all right? Okay, so like I've said, I'm looking for a break here, all right? So we have a sweep inside the zone now. New 15-minute candle open like this, okay? As long as the 15-minute candle doesn't close above of this white line, we are good to go, all right? So on the 1 minute chart is where we will look for possible entries, right? Looking for possible entries, there's multiple ways to use it. Right, we have what we are having here right now is like consecutively, other than these two bearish, it's on the 1 minute consecutively bullish candles, right? It just pump, 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 pump. So if I want to take a trade, this is going to be quite aggressive actually. And this level, right? These two level is where we can actually look for possible entries for a sell. Right? We may be looking for possible entries for a sell. Because don't forget this zone, this huge box here, right? It's the hour 4 zone. Alright, it's an hour 4 zone. So I'm going to try and follow the hour 4 direction. It's consecutively all bullish candles, so it is a little bit riskier, this level here. But we'll see what the price is going to do. Alright, as long as 15 minutes, which is at 9 p.m. in about 11 more minutes to go, as long as it doesn't close above this white line, right, then we're good. Alright, because this zone is basically my final zone already. Basically, I would say out of this white line here, right? If it closes above this white line, I'm not going to be looking for a sell. All right, but if it doesn't, in about 10 more minutes, if it doesn't close above, then we're good to go. All right, I will end my live soon, but I want to see how this goes first, right? After this is done, basically the 15 minute, right? If this candle closes, then I will end my live. All right. If it closes above, then I'll end it. If it doesn't close above, I'll try to keep going on until we get an entry, alright? If I like what the price is doing lah. Otherwise, then I'm just going to just end the live and we'll come back tomorrow, focus for tomorrow, right? It may look like an uptrend now. I don't use moving average, so yeah, I personally I don't use moving average. So I just look at what the candle is moving, how it's moving, where it's going. So I just trade according to the candle movement. To me on the 15, basically our four is going down, right? Minute 15 also coming down, unless minute 15 closes above of this. Basically, this price is 2328.43. If it closes above this price, then yes, the price is definitely moving upwards. But as of now, to me, the price is still coming down. Okay, so I'm still gonna focus until I get the position. So if you look at minute 15, right, the candle tapped in here. This candle moved up, all right, but it retraced, right? So in about 6 more minutes, if it closes inside of this, between these two white lines, if it closes in between here, then yes, we are fine. We can still take a sell. But if it's not, then I'm just going to tell you, we'll just forget about it and look at it tomorrow. All right. No one knows how far this is going to go, right? Or this is going to move up or it's coming down. No one knows. But what I'll do is I'll just react according to what the price gives me. All right. However, the chart moves, I'm just going to react to it. Right. As soon as in about 5 more minutes, right, I'm going to end my live. So we'll see if we can get anything on the chart to trade. All right. If it gives us something, then we'll take it. If not, then we'll just focus on tomorrow. How long you been trading? I've been trading since uh 2021, 2021 up until today. Yeah. So about 3 years now. About 3 years. Your full-time job now, or still keeping your day job? Because I'm only focusing purely on the New York session, right? So yes, I still do keep my day job. And then after my day job, when I come home, then uh, I start looking at the chart to look for opportunities. So of course, I still have my day job. I still have my income there, and of course, then uh, trading is also another of my other income. So that is what I'm trying to do, right? Of course, then I won't suggest people to go into full time trading until you have until you have consistent profits, right? If let's say you do have consistent profits for maybe like a year, 2 years, right? Every month you are gaining like uh don't say we don't say too much lah, all right? Let's keep it realistic. All right, if let's say in trading you can earn twice of what you're earning monthly, right, for a year, right? For example, if you're earning 5,000 ringgit from your day job, and on trading you can earn 10,000 ringgit monthly, right? And if you can do it consistently for 1 month, 1 year, then yeah, I think it's time for you to step out and uh, do it full time. But if let's say you're not there yet, right? Then of course it's the journey that you have to take. So like for me, I started in 2021. Of course, I was new to the industry, took a lot of losses, and then started looking for mentor, and then you start gaining confidence there, and look for opportunities when you're looking at the chart. So I've been uh, doing trading for 3 years now, right? But when I first started, I took a lot of losses every day, right? I was in a loss for quite a very, very long time. So yeah, now I'm slowly starting to see I'm able to recoup it back a little, right? So which is a good thing, and I'm just trying to work towards that way. All right. So yeah. All right. So okay, I'm just going to give you guys an advice on minute one. If we see I think I will take at this level. If we have a break below this level, then we will look for a sell. Otherwise, then I'm not going to take a sell. But if I have a signal later, if I'm going to take this entry, I will let you guys know in my channel. All right, so make sure you guys hop into my channel. This is my channel here. Just type into your Telegram and you can just hop in. All right, and if I have a signal, I give you guys that. All right, so make sure you guys don't miss out and just hop in. It's basically for free. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, feel free to hop into my live again tomorrow on the New York session. Uh, Basically, there's no harm to it. All right, it's free of charge. All right, so thank you guys for joining my live, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you and bye bye.